So it's 2022, and if you're looking for a free DAW, also known as beat-making software or music production software, then you'll be bombarded with so many great options that you'll probably not know what to choose. But today I'm here to narrow it down for you, and I'm here to tell you which free DAW will suit which type of producer. So stick with me to the end because there's only good tips coming up here. The first DAW that we're going to look at is for pure beat makers. By beat makers, I mean people who literally make beats. You don't record anything, and this is actually even more preferable for beat makers who don't even use MIDI controllers or anything like that. So this is for your purely basic beat maker. That would be LMMS. LMMS is fantastic because, first of all, since it is only for beat making, there's no audio recording functionality. That makes it very streamlined, and you won't have to be busy running around certain features you won't use if you're a beat maker. Second of all, I think the piano roll is fantastic. I think it just does everything it needs to do, and I love how it can give you the ghost notes for certain scales. So if you're still new to music and you don't necessarily know the ins and outs of music theory, then LMMS will help you out. And another great thing is I think how you can put effects straight into each plugin. So you don't necessarily have to go through a mixer, which is like a new process for a new producer. So for beat makers, simple beat makers who make beats with a mouse and not really a MIDI controller, I would say LMMS is the best option. Also because it's got VST support, and yeah, it's just all around great multi-platform DAW. Next, we're going to talk about Tracktion or Waveform rather. Right now, I've got Waveform 11 free. So this is a full-feature DAW, and it's been praised by people like In The Mix for being very fully functional. What In The Mix actually said is that he didn't find any limitations of the software, he found more limitations of himself as a producer. So I would recommend this software for, I would say, Ableton users and FL Studio users who like to input with the MIDI controller and who like to record as well, possibly like guitar loops or whatever. If you're that type of producer, then I definitely recommend Waveform 11 by Tracktion. Now finally, what we're going to be looking at is the producer who is actually more like a sound engineer. If you're more focused on the mixing and on the mastering side of things, also if you're a Windows user, the best software which I can recommend for you is CAKEWALK by BANDLAB. CAKEWALK by BANDLAB is a fantastic pro DAW which is completely free. It's got great plugins, though I still use my third-party VSTs. But my favorite function of CAKEWALK is the Pro channel. The Pro channel is an embedded channel which comes into every track, and it's got literally already got a compressor, it's got an EQ, it's got some tube saturation, and it's also got a little last thingy which I don't really understand yet. But I just love that Pro channel because it really makes things easier. You get straight into the DAW, you drop your audio, and you get straight into EQing and all those other good things. So yeah, just a recap of that. First, for beat makers who don't really use anything except their mouse, I would definitely recommend LMMS. For beat makers who are more into using various different mediums and who are possibly coming from an Ableton or FL Studio, I recommend Waveform 11 by Tracktion. And if you're an audio engineer and you are working more on the mixing side of things, maybe you're more familiar with like the Pro Tools kind of workflow, then I would definitely recommend CAKEWALK by BANDLAB. So those are my picks for you. Let me know what you think. I know that I missed so many great options. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you did find value in this content.